From Omega to Mars, from the council to the seediest bars, from the reaches of space to the pillars of a sorry grace. There are battle-worn Batarians lacking in humility. Turians are bragging about their reach and flexibility. The clutter of the cities spreads to the loneliest stars. Oh, but no matter what scars you bear, whatever uniform you wear, you can fight like a Krogan, run like a leopard, but you'll never be better
What's our
than...
next move, Commander? Head for the Mu Relay?
Commander Shepard. Head for the Mu Relay? Hold on, we may have the coordinates for the Mu Relay, but we don't want to jump right in. Hey, look, there's an option for that.
The Mu Relay could link to dozens of systems. Unless we know exactly where Saren's going, we'd just be wasting our time.
The Commander is right. We cannot rush off blind. We still need to learn more about Saren.
Who put you in charge? Did the Commander resign when I wasn't looking?
Hey, man, you like to... Ashley's getting jealous, you know, I like that. That's pretty cool, but listen.
We're all on the same team here, Williams. She's just trying to help.
Sorry, Commander.
Nah, don't worry about it.
This is a tough mission. We're all on edge. Everyone go get some rest. Crew, dismissed.
Novaria report is away, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Do I want to talk to the Council after this? I mean, I haven't checked out Pharos yet, but a lot has happened, and it is the good soldier thing.
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Is this report accurate, Commander? You found Rachni on Novaria?
And then released the Queen. Do you have any idea what you've done? How many generations until they overrun the galaxy?
I knew there would be hell to pay after doing that. I knew it. Nobody is going to be on board with me reviving an alien race that terrorized the galaxy for like a long ass time, right? At least from everybody else's perspective. I don't know what those previous Rachni were doing, man. I was busy getting my whole platoon killed on Torfin, all right? So, I don't know. To me, they seem pretty innocent. I don't think they're going to do anything to the galaxy. And listen, we have found out, I've discovered they are capable of intelligent communication. They are sentient beings. And this queen, I got very good vibes from. She didn't choose the things that her ancestors did. She has no knowledge of any of that stuff. She came to life in a really terrible situation with a bleak future. I gave her a ray of hope. That is the kind of thing that changes a person. Not that she even needed changing. She was born an innocent, and then she was tortured as an innocent. I freed her as an innocent. But look, like I said, well, all we gotta do is we just gotta monitor them from afar, make sure they don't get too far out of hand. And as I told you, this is my whole point. They are capable of communication. If it looks like they're starting to get out of hand, you know, as their numbers begin to swell, as they begin to grow, send me. I volunteer. I am the one that freed them. Just send me. I volunteer to talk to the Rachni Queen. We can use diplomacy to solve this as we have in the past. That's how Earth and even the Council came to be, right? I'm just applying the same principles that got us here to this other alien race. There's nothing different about it. So if things start to get a little bit awry and there needs to be, and we're not certain of the Rachni's future intents, I will be the volunteer to go talk to them and sort all this stuff out. I'll be the one risking my life. I did this, right? So I take responsibility on it both ways. So let's just freaking go, man.
This queen is different. She understands why her kind had to be wiped out last time around.
I hope you're right, Shepard. Our children's children will pay the price if you're not.
We'll be waiting for your next report, Commander.
Sounds like they bought it. Good. Of course, it's the Council. If they want to, they could just send another Spectre without anybody's knowledge to go take out that queen. I don't like that prospect, but whatever. So, Novaria was a little bit confusing, the story, but I don't know, we muddled through it. What's next? We have the location of the Mu Relay. We don't know where Saren is going. I've reported back to the Council. I almost don't see the point of going to the next place. Pharos, is that what it's called? Yeah, there's a Geth attack. Well, oh, hold on, we found Benezia, but we didn't find Saren. Maybe Saren's actually... No, we know that he went... Maybe he went to the Mu Relay. I don't know. We should probably find out what's going on over here on Pharos now that I think about it. I don't have the full picture. I'm jumping to conclusions here. I'm making assumptions. I'm trying to rush headlong. I don't think we need to do that. Perhaps the crew has new dialogue options. I mean, I need to check on my crew after that. Especially Liara, because... Well, obvious reasons. Who's back here? Okay, given that Caden's in the same spot, I'm going to assume his conversation options are the same. Look at this approach, I love it. And then the slow turn. Hey, did you see anything that happened down there? You heard the report? You read the report? I need to know what you think about this, man. Look, yeah, I need to hear what you think.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Killing Saren's, what was Benezi anyway? Second in command? Advisor? Anyway, it should set him back a bit. I'm sure Dr. Tassoni's hurting though. Poor kid. Having to kill her own mom.
Think I did the right thing releasing the Queen? I do, but I want to know what you think. I need to get my crew's feelings on this.
Any opinion on the Rachni?
Off the record, if we had the option, I'd as soon have left it to the Council. We weren't out here during the Rachni War. I'm not sure we have any business getting involved.
I had no choice. I was forced into a situation where I got involved.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Is this an official evaluation, Commander? Or off the record?
All right. Let's label it officially off the record. Got something on your mind?
Straight up, there's something wrong with all of this. This Saren is looking for a lost mass relay to who knows where, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
Whoa, hold on. I didn't think about that. Whoa. That's a good point. The Council always knows more than I'll ever know. They're only giving me the information they think is relevant to my mission. But they have been wrong numerous times about that kind of thing, even in just the short time I've been playing. So that's a good fucking point. I'm not sure what to make about that.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but...
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
Bot.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to element 0 in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
Wait, you were... So they started this process? They made you this way? Since you were in the womb? Dude.
I heard all about that. How companies would arrange accidents to expose people to element 0.
There was never any proof of that. That's not what happened in my case anyway.
Oh.
My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before there were human biotics, a little after the discovery of the Martian ruins. It only gets iffy around 63 when Kinetics was running out of first-gen subjects. Until then, they'd relied on accidentals. Bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
You believe that you weren't one of those accidentals. Am I correct on that? They would arrange accidents. I mean, the Council or whoever it was would arrange accidents to expose people to element 0 to give them biotic capabilities. But you don't think that was the case for you because you were exposed to it due to a maybe not a transport accident, but due to an accident that your mother was downwind from while you were in the womb? This sounds like the very same thing to me. They're using an accident to expose you and the people aboard the ship that your mother was on, or wherever she was at.
Jump Zero is a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids.
Lol.
But that's my own baggage, Commander. No bearing on this.
It's a big galaxy, Lieutenant. Who knows what will come in handy?
If you say so, sir. Besides, I've got my past squared away.
I respect that. Damn. I respect that, Caden. Dude has lived a hard life. And yet here he stands before me today, aboard the Normandy, the most advanced ship in the fleet. He deals with his constant migraines because he's got an outdated version or an earlier version of the tech and whatever else is going on in his head. He goes through these migraines. He's got all kinds of stuff to deal with on a daily basis. He's got all this baggage he's carrying, a lot of unanswered questions about how he is, the way he is, things about his past. And yet, he is still a model soldier. You know, I may have had you figured wrong, Caden. I was thinking you might be one of those beta cucks. You're like, oh, my headaches, oh, all the time. My headaches and my feelings. But no, you're not like that. You endure your headaches. You get past them. You treat them as tests, as obstacles, as challenges for you to... You treat them exactly as you should. You treat them as your cross to bear. And in that way, they grow you. They're a part of you that you embrace, and that makes you a better, stronger person. And as for your whole feelings thing, you don't want to talk about these. I keep prying, and you keep telling me, but that doesn't have anything to do with the mission, Commander. What's next? You know what? I respect the hell out of that. Can't stand whiners in real life. People who just fucking whine and complain about every fucking thing, like every day. It's like always fucking something. Especially men. Don't do that if you're a man. Don't buy into all that crap. That the manly thing is to share your feelings. It's not. Ooh, what is this? Ooh, a level 5 sniper rifle. That might be for me. I don't know if Garrus ever uses his, or Ashley. I might start bringing Caden on a couple missions. Like I said, I respect that guy.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on a
Yeah.
I enlisted, right? I wanted...
All right.
Because humanity needs the Alliance.
Right.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Aha, here you are. Ooh. Yeah, nothing like a little bit of time in World of Warcraft to take your mind off of your troubles, like, you know, what Saren did to your mom. That's what we're gonna call it. And it's true, too.
If you are here to talk about Benezia's death, you need not bother. She brought it upon herself.
There's no way this is not affecting you.
Don't pretend it doesn't bother you. She was your mother.
She was. But she was not. I prefer to remember Benezia as she used to be, before she was corrupted by Sovereign's power.
I blame Saren. And if I were you, I'd want revenge.
We have enough reason to stop Saren. I do not need to add revenge to the list. Benezia chose her path, just as I have chosen mine. I am with you until the end, Shepard.
Damn. I respect the hell out of that, too. Now, when I chose that response, I wasn't thinking to encourage revenge. I was just saying, you know, this... Saren did that. Well, I guess, you know, that is the logical next step. Saren did this. How are you not mad? But, yeah, that is more what I was curious about. It wasn't about seeking revenge. I'm just wondering how she's not absolutely pissed off about that. My opinion, she's still in shock, but maybe she's not.
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
That is so relevant, and it's so true. She just described absolutely everybody. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung. That's really funny to me because it's just so relatable to absolutely everybody. Masterfully written lines. She's like a mirror right now into our souls, everybody. I did not know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. No wonder people are so pissed that we've gotten so far with the council so fast. Well, I mean, you seem to be getting along better now. You seem to have a great deal of confidence. You're actively hitting on me. You're not stumbling over your words and making a fool out of yourself like you were in our first conversation. Something that tells me you've come around.
Has your opinion changed at all?
It has. I have been watching you and your crew. It has taught me a lot about your species. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
And how does that make you feel?
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want. It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
I entirely agree, and I do take that extremely seriously.
I'm doing the best I can, Liara.
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer. I looked into your history. I know what you did on Torfin. I cannot even imagine how horrible that must have been, but you did what had to be done.
Oh my god, that hits me right in the heart, Liara. Look, this is talking to you now, viewers. This is a video game, but, and I have treated, this is a video game, but when I play games like this, I like to put myself in my character's shoes and try to feel the feelings that he's feeling, think the thoughts that he might be thinking, that kind of thing. Games like this are fantastic with that because I get to choose. But anyway, point being, I do treat Torfin as a big joke. And it's not a defensive mechanism like Joker uses it. I actually am joking about it just because it's a video game. You know, it's fun to make those it's fun to make those jokes and be brash and stuff like that. But no, if I go just a little bit deeper than that surface level, Torfin, as a leader, if I was actually there, like me, if David was the one leading that platoon or however big that was, squad, platoon, I don't know, a lot of people, and I had to sacrifice everybody to do that, it would be positively devastating. But also as a leader, I can't let that affect me, which means I have to do my job and interact with people, just even socially, not even in a military or official context. I have to live my life as a leader with that huge weight within. I feel like a lot of us have something like this in our lives. And now here's a major point I want to make. Everybody that I have talked to about Torfin, and when you have something like this in your own real life, this is also something that happens. Everybody you talk to looks at the bad thing that you did, and when you discuss it with them, you get a lot of conversations just like I have with Shepard, just like Shepard has a lot of conversations about Torfin and how it was necessary, and then they start talking about why it's virtuous and all this stuff. You know, it's a very hollow, not really hollow, but it's a very surface level conversation that people tend to want to keep at the distance and use a lot of really like cookie cutter template responses to something like that because it's huge and they know it has to have affected me, but it's also kind of scares them, sort of thing. There's a lot that goes on with something like that. It doesn't really matter what their individual actual feelings and thoughts on it are. The fact of the matter is it's a difficult thing to talk about with anybody, for myself and for the person talking to me. So people tend to want to get past it. They make whatever bullet points they want to make about it. Again, those tend to be template or cookie cutter, and then we get by it. She's the first person to tell me what I'm feeling, to echo my feelings in her words. That must have sucked for you, Shepard. Nobody has said that. Nobody has said that. And it's like that in real life too. And I don't mean to go all manosphere on you here, but especially as a man. These days, people don't take your thoughts and feelings into consideration, especially as a man whatsoever. So when we get that extremely rare person that asks us about what we're feeling or who recognizes what we're feeling, it's a huge thing. It means the world to us. So many of us, when we are recognized, because there is no recognition for us right now. So this kind of thing that comes up, when she mentioned that it must have sucked for me, that hit me for real. I totally get it. I totally understand. I cannot even imagine how horrible that must have been, but you did what had to be done. Man, that is fucking awesome. Now, this is supposed to be the nice response. The top one is usually the nice response. The Paragon, and this one's usually Renegade. and then this one's neutral when you don't want to really go with them. So that's how you kind of focus on whatever you want your stat to be. But I like to respond to things organically. I don't really care about whether it's Paragon or whether it's Renegade. I respond with my own natural inclination. My own natural inclination is hard to pinpoint here. I'm hoping Shepard responds in a similar way that I would right here.
Why are you so interested in me?
I guess that's fine.
I wanted to know more about you, to understand what made you into the man you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
That's right. I fucking know it. There's something compelling about you, Shepard. Uh-oh. This is a critical junction here. I recognize this feeling when a girl is hitting on you and you have to decide your next response. Like, do I respond favorably and open the door for her, or do I kind of keep her at arm's length? Do I like her enough for this? Do I want to keep my options open? You know, you have to think about this sort of thing. And that's where we are now. She's clearly trying to get in my, well, not get in my pants, but move things forward in a relationship context with me right now. And now I have to decide. I'm just staring at her like look at Shepard. She's like, I need to know what kind of man you are. Or like, I want to understand what made you into the man you are. There's something compelling about you, Shepard. I want to believe that. Seems a little wishy-washy. In this instance, what I would actually do, and I don't have this as an option. There's no way they could even make this an option, I guess. I mean, I guess they could if they thought about it. But what I would actually do in this situation, because personally for me, I'm not 100% certain I want to get with Liara yet, and it has nothing really to do with her personality. I adore this chick, but it's more about how the family unit will turn out after. I don't know. So what I would, and of course there's still Ashley as an option. I adore Ashley too. I love her personality. I love being out with Ashley. I love the way she responds to the world around her. I love her sense of humor, and I love how she balances me out in a command structure and my thoughts. Like, she's a good balancing force for me professionally and personally. She's gorgeous. She's human. I don't have to worry about the family unit thing going up. We would definitely be a military family, you know? And all that sounds amazing. That's a wonderful story. I love the whole outcome that it would appear to be with Ashley. But I'm really fucking intrigued on a personal level, not necessarily officially or in a military or in a command structure sense. On a personal level, I feel super attracted to Liara. So there's that. So because I am at this kind of like in the middle situation where I still haven't really come to the decision, yet she's putting me to the decision, what I would actually do here, if she was saying there's something compelling about you, Shepard, is I would look down, I would give like a little smile, kind of nod my head a little, and I'd grab her hand, I'd hold her hand in mine, I'd put my other hand on top of it, I'd look her in the eyes, I would throw away all sense of duty, all sense of command structure, chain of command, all that stuff. None of that's here right now. This is an extremely personal moment. I would take one of her hands in mine, and I would, like, with my face kind of tilted down, not at her tits, but like my face, like, as if I'm looking at her tits, you know. So it's kind of like my head is tilted down in sort of like a not really vulnerable, but acknowledging. It's more like acknowledging what she's saying right there. I would give a little smile. I would be looking in her eyes. I wouldn't be looking at her tits right now. I'd be looking in her eyes, but my face would be tilted down. You know, it's kind of like, I recognize where you're going with this. So I would take one of her hands in mine, look her in the eyes, give a little bit of a smile. Let there be a lingering silence in the air as she waits for me to say something, and then I would say, let's talk later. And then I would walk out, you know, that kind of thing. So I think that sends all the right messages to her at the right time. Let's talk later says, let's talk later. It's very clear, it's concise. It leaves the question in the air, but my actions and the familiarity and the amicability of my body language and the fact that I was willing to make first contact, so to speak, physically speaking, by taking her hand, you know, make physical contact, all that also sends the feelings message, right? So I feel like that's the way to do it. I don't have that choice. That's how I would really handle it IRL. But here, let's see, there's something compelling about you, Shepard. Me or the beacon? No, that's way too. No, that's a no right there. It's like she just said, "Hey, you want to maybe see if we can have sex later?" And I'm like, "Nah." That's that. These two, I don't like either of these two options. So,
Are you sure you're interested in me? Or is it my visions of the Protheans?
that's still a no.
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond that.
Yeah, she's having to make it
You
clear
intrigued
now.
me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Chief Williams.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You see, this is why I would have handled it the way I handled it. You want to avoid this when you're not sure. If I was sure about Liara, I'd be so deep in this conversation right now. I mean, in the conversation tree, not in her, but I mean, yeah, probably in her by now. Like, I'd be like, tap my comm badge on my chest. Shepard to she'd be like, "This is Dr. Chakwas. Go ahead, Commander." And I'd be like, "Lock the door." Shepard out. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Chief Williams. You know, she's cool. I kind of ruined myself on this response because I've already read the responses at the bottom of the screen. Normally what I like to do is I like to like not look at them and just respond to whatever I heard the character say, and then I find the best choice that matches that. But now that I've already looked at these, and this is an important one for this playthrough, now that I've already looked at these, it's influencing my thoughts and my actual natural reaction. So I'm trying to sort out what my actual natural reaction to this would be. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Chief Williams. I'll be honest with you, Liara. I don't know what's going on between me and Ash, and you coming out with your feelings like this. Look, I'll tell you straight up, Liara. Now, dear viewers, this is the response of a 41-year-old man who's been through conversations like this, so I have some experience here. In my 20s, in my teens and in my 20s, and even in my 30s, I might have played the game, so to speak. You know, the flirting game where it's all innuendo and it's all guesses of intent and it's all who's gonna make the next move kind of thing. But after a certain point, when you've done that enough times, you start just being straight up honest. You just start saying exactly what you feel. So if she told me, I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Chief Williams, I'd say, look, Liara, and again, assuming I got myself this far in the conversation, which I would not have because I would have ended it one step before this, again, a strategic move by an inexperienced man. If I did get this far, if I found myself making this misstep and getting this far into this conversation right now before I'm ready to make my decision, at this point, I would take her hand again in both of mine, and I'd say, look, Liara, I'm going to be honest with you. I think about you at night. But there's a lot going on with me right now. Notice how I'm not mentioning Ashley, dear viewers. I'd be like, look, there's a lot going on with me right now. I do think about you when my thoughts are quiet, when my thoughts are calm, when I'm closing my eyes and trying to get to sleep, knowing I've had visions of all this Reaper stuff, and I'm a Spectre, and then there's Saren out there, and the galaxy map is a real pain to navigate. The Mako sucks. And yeah, bottom line, Liara, I really, really like you. Give me some time, because there is a lot for me to consider right now. See, that tells her everything without telling her anything. But okay, I have to make one of these choices. Thought there might already be a relationship between you and Chief Williams. I mean, right now, it's true. Right now, it's not serious. Not yet. She is special, and that's the honest thing. But you don't say that here. These are both true. That's the thing. Like I said, somebody who's had experience in this field is gonna just be honest and straight up right now. It's gonna not hide feelings or anything like that. So I want to tell the truth. I'm not gonna reject her outright, and I'm not going to be biased here. This is totally not a first human specter thing to do. So it falls to one of these two. Both are true, so both are valid. This one's a little too personal, and it might push her. It might push Liara away. And I don't want to do that because I haven't made my decision yet. I don't want to hurt her feelings. I don't want to jump too far forward with any of this. Right now, she wants to move forward, and I want to stay here. This moves it forward in some way. Either it moves it forward by making her not like me anymore because she thinks I'm going to be into Ash, or it moves it forward in some other way. So I think it's this one. Because this is true. It's not serious. Now, see, this also sends the message that, you know, there's still something between you and me, Liara, which is true. All right, so this is probably the best one.
Williams and I are just friends, nothing more.
My mistake then. I am not as adept at understanding human relationships as I thought. But what about us, Shepard? Is there a mutual attraction, or was I wrong about that too?
No, I am attracted to you. That's clear.
No, you were right. There is something between us.
I knew it, and I knew you felt it too. But does this not seem rather strange? Why do I feel so close to you? We have only known each other a short time. We are from two different species. We have almost nothing in common. This makes no sense.
We have one thing in common, that we like each other. Is that it? This makes no sense. You know, you can't analyze this sort of thing. This sort of thing just sort of happens. It's chemistry.
Quit thinking like a scientist. Logic doesn't work when it comes to relationships. Just let yourself get swept up in the storm.
You make it sound so chaotic, so dangerous.
And that right there is why it's fun.
A little danger makes things exciting.
This is all a bit overwhelming. I am not used to this. I need some time.
Oh, thank God.
Take all the time you need, Liara. I'll be here.
Thank you, Shepard. Let's just talk about something else for now.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
All right, good. We didn't actually move things too far forward there. I was worried about that. See, it's unfortunate because I can't really do the things I would want to do in these situations. Not entirely. So, I was worried that by choosing the affirmative options there, it would, as being a video game, force me down the programmed path of now I'm in a relationship with Liara, right? And now there's no opening for me and Ash. I was worried that it was going to do that, but no, they did a great job with the writing here. So yeah, that's good. I did exactly what I would have done there and told Liara my true feelings, and then we both decided to give it some time. We didn't jump right into anything. I've jumped right into stuff in the past after conversations like that, because after a conversation like that, sometimes the girl is like, well, so that, well, not necessarily the girl, but sometimes one or both people in that conversation is like, well, okay, so we know we both like each other. Well, why don't we, do something about it? Sometimes the guy wants to do that because he wants to just, get it in her. Sometimes the girl wants that because maybe she's trying her best to get into a relationship as fast as possible for whatever social reasons she's got to want to do that. I don't know. Depends. And I feel like both sexes do it exactly the same amount, like 50-50 right down the line, because everyone's got more than one motivation for wanting sex, for wanting to be in a relationship, etc., etc. More than one motivation. The guy could want it for tons of reasons and be the one to do that too, so who knows. And that's how mistakes get made, trust me. So we give it time. I told her my feelings, she told me hers. She decided to give it time, and I respect the fucking hell out of that too. God, I really respect a lot of my crewmates. The writing in this is nuts. They get as close as they can be to real people. Oh God, Alliance Requisition Officer, whatever your name is. Oh, it's just good to see you. Sometimes you need some normalcy after something like that. You ever feel like that, viewers, after like a relationship or a deep talk or something like that? Or maybe you're out with a bunch of people and something happens and all you want is some normalcy, so you go home, you load up your PC, and all you want to do is just dive into the MMO that you've been playing all month because you just need something normal? Yeah, I'm not like that. Actually, I am. But, oh. That's what I was oohing about right there. Yeah, now we're talking. Speaking of talking.
Oh, before I go, you said you're serving with Commander Shepard now? We saw him on the news here. He's cute. Later, sis.
She's right.
Tell me you didn't hear that.
I totally saw that.
Afraid I did.
Oh, shoot me now. One of my sisters.